Okay, everybody. Hope everybody's doing great. You're getting ready to go on in. Hope things are going great. Happy New Year to all of you. Those of you who I haven't said Happy New Year to, and those of you who I have spoke said Happy New Year to. Happy New Year to you again. So thank you guys for stopping in. Let's get started. If it's going to be, it's up to me to fulfill my dreams and possibilities with dedication and motivation to inspire thousands from all nations. When times are tough and breaks you down, just smile with toughness and rebuild from the ground. During tough times, adversity is a lot. Just remember, time flies, but you are the pilot. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Jay Hunter Lee here. Thank you for joining. This is our Monday Motivational Power Talk. We do this each and every Monday at 9 p.m. We try to anyway, unless something comes along and I get tied up with my schedule or something like that. But I want to thank you guys for stopping through. Always a pleasure. We're going to get ready to get started. What I want to talk to you guys about today is something that's very, very important to me. And I believe it'll be very, very important to you as well. Um, Very, very good topic I want to talk to you guys tonight. It's called addition by subtraction. And you guys will understand exactly what I mean by that as soon as I get into it. I want to say hello to Bernadette Dare, who just joined us. Thank you, Bernadette Dare, for stopping through. She is to me the best photographer in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. We call it the DMV. So if you're in the DMV, you need a professional photographer. She is the person to contact, folks. So that's great. So I want you guys to make sure that you are in touch with her because she knows her stuff and she is very, very passionate about what she does. Um, so with that being said, I want to say thank you guys for coming in. I want to talk to you guys something very, very important. As I said, the topic tonight is addition by subtraction. And I'm going to talk to you about that in a way of several things. The economy is one, dealing with COVID for these past 9 months, going on 10 months now, and you guys are going to get it. So just be ready for it, right? So what I want to share is let's talk about where we were, where we are, COVID. Let's talk about all that stuff. You're welcome to Bernadette. We've been in the pandemic for 9, going on 10 months now. The end of February going into March would be a full year of a pandemic, right? I won't talk about the science of it. That's for a later date. A lot of people won't understand it. They only understand what the mainstream media tells them. So it's no need to even have that type of conversation. But here's what you need to know, people. If you're an employee and you have lost your job due to the pandemic, right? I want you to understand that going back into the normal, jobs reopening and things like that, I want you to know something that all of these jobs, these companies were caught with their pants down, okay? They were caught by something that no one expected to happen, right? So what are they going to do going back open, opening back up is they're going to do what I said the topic is tonight, which is addition by subtraction. When you have goals, that you want to make in your life, in your business life or your personal life, you always going to add things to your life that was going to enhance you to get to the next level or to get to that goal or reaching new heights, right? But here's what most people do. Here's what most companies are going to do. And here's what you're going to have to do as well, folks. It's called addition by subtraction. For example, take a look at your finances, right? And let's say you want to start earning this amount of money. But every pay period, you will have to have a certain amount of money in your bank account, okay? The first thing you're going to have to do is subtract some of the things that's taking away that money, okay? Your job is pretty much going to pay you the same. So you have an overall goal, say, hey, okay, I want to make this amount of money. So that means you might have to find a new job for one, and for that, that's for two. But for one, you're going to have to eliminate what's keeping you from earning what you wanted to make to begin with. Here's how that works, folks. Let's say you make $30,000 a year. I'm just throwing a number out there. And you want to make, let's say 35,000. Your goal is to make 35,000 because you want to take steps, right? To earn more money. You want to move up to 35,000. You're probably already close to 35,000 if you learn to eliminate some of the things that you can live without. So you start doing some elimination in your life, things you're paying for, cable bill or whatever, right? And you start to tally what you're making after you've done some eliminations. Now you went from 30,000, you went to 32,000, right? Because you've learned to dismiss some things that's keeping you from earning the money you want to make. So now you're at 32,000 and your goal is to earn 35. Now, after you've done all your eliminating, you see that you've capped out of what you don't need or what you can live without. So you finally see that you're at 32,000. Okay, now your goal is to have $35,000 salary. I'm just putting a number out there. So what happens, folks? You go find another job. That other job, you tell that other job that your pay rate, your pay request is $40,000, and they come back and tell you, we can do 35, between 35 to 38. So guess what you're going to do? I'll take the 38. So now you reached your goal of 35,000, because guess what happens? If you earn 38,000, your bills might tally up to around 35, 34, 35, right? So now you're at your goal of earning that $35,000. So how did I do that? You have to first eliminate things that you don't want in your life. That's called addition by subtraction. You have to subtract first and then add. Now, with that being said, I hope you guys got that. With that being said, here's how companies are going to do this. When this pandemic is over, the United States is still going to be in a recession for about 18 months, at least another 18 months. So what companies are going to do is going to learn, they're going to figure out ways to do more with less. They're going to figure out ways to do more with less. So where they used to hire at 100% employee capacity, they're going to cut it down to like 50%. 50%. Now, they're adding by subtracting. They're going to cut the labor costs so that they can be in a position to where if there's another pandemic or another recession hit, they have a little bit more cushion than they did before, than they did in 2019. So they have to first cut expenses. And that's always been the case about companies anyway. To earn profit, you have to learn to cut your expenses. Keep your expenses low, revenue is high, and if your revenue is high, your profit should be higher, as long as you are cutting the expenses. That's basic math, ladies and gentlemen. So they're figuring out to add by subtract. So what happens? They subtract, right? That's going to be bad for those who are employees who are looking for jobs. It's not good for them, right? Because they out here looking for a job. Most of them are going to still be unemployed. But as far as the company goes, the company just subtracted their expenses, subtracted their labor in order for them to earn more. Now, here's what you got to know about when they do that, folks. And when they're on Wall Street, thank you, Bernadette. And when they're on Wall Street doesn't care how they earn more money. You understand what I'm saying? Wall Street does not care how they increase their bottom line. Even though they increase their bottom line by laying people off or cutting expenses. Wall Street doesn't care. Only thing Wall Street cares about is bottom line. They want to see that arrow turning green going up rather than see that arrow going red pointing down. So with that being said, folks, as long as companies keep laying people off, their stock on Wall Street goes up. Basic math, basic common sense, right? Now let's take that and give it to you. Let's talk about you for a second. How are you going to increase your revenue? If you have revenue, if you have a job, what are you going to have to do first, folks, is to cut your expenses. Cut out the stuff that you can live without, because we're in dying times right now. So this is important, right? So if this is a very, very important time for us to live right now, you have to learn how to cut what you don't need in your life that you're paying money on, so that you can increase your profits on the revenue side. A gentleman by the name of Robert Kiyosaki, who wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad, he also wrote Conspiracy of the Rich. He said the exact same thing. What he shared in Rich Dad Poor Dad, he talked about the difference between assets and liabilities. And he made it, his definition was very, very easy. It was very, very simple. The definition: liabilities take money out your pocket, assets put money in your pocket. Simple as that. And the problem with most people who are struggling financially, if you take a look at their financial statement, you will see that they have higher level of liabilities and a low level of assets, or probably no assets. He's explained the difference between good debt and bad debt. There's debt out there that can make you money, and then there's debt out there that will cost you money. Same thing, assets, liabilities. So if you want to increase your bottom line, folks, if you want to increase what's going to help you get to the next level, if you want to increase your goals and reach your goals, you have to do the formula of addition by, the formula of addition by subtraction. You're going to have to subtract what's taking away your ability to reach your goals. Subtract things that's holding up the ability for you to make more money. You understand what I'm saying? And once you do that, folks, see, the problem with most people, they want to try to make more money so they can continue to possess the things that is not important to them, to continue to possess the things that is keeping them from earning more money. See, because when you make more money, you spend more money unnecessarily. So start there. Start with subtracting the things that you can live without. I don't care about a PlayStation 5. This is dying times right now. PlayStation 5 can wait. Xbox, whatever the new Xbox is, that can wait. You got to get your money right. Get your mind right. Get your thinking right, so that you can excel. You can get to the next level. You can grow. Because there's no growth, folks, if you're a dummy with your money. There's no growth if you have no personal development. There's no growth when all you do is watch TV all day. The news, reality TVs, rap battles. There's no growth in that, folks. There's no growth in that. The growth comes when you're reading. Turn off the damn TV, pick up some books and read it. Go to the library, check some books out. Ask somebody who is successful that you know of, and ask them what books are they reading? How are they attaining their success? Who is mentoring them? Can they mentor you? Ask them these questions, ladies and gentlemen. This is important. This is important for your development. Most people don't want to develop. They don't want to develop because life is too fun to play on the PlayStation all damn day. It's too fun to watch TV all damn day. We fight on Black Friday. We fight over TVs. We fight over PlayStations. We fight over these high electronic devices that is costing a lot of money. But you go to Bangalore, India, or Delhi, New Delhi, India, or Mumbai, India, or Bangladesh, right? China, Japan. You go over to those places. Instead of them fighting over TVs, they fighting over books. They fighting over learning materials that help them grow. They fight over that because they're education based over there, while we are entertainment based over here. So when they finish their education, they come right over here and become your managers, become your IT directors. Okay, they become your doctors. See, once we finish playing with everything that we want to play with, once we finish watching all the big screen TVs, we go right to these people who come from Bangladesh, India, in America. We go to them for a job. Look at most of the Asian stores, Korean or Chinese stores, corner stores in your area. A lot of them have people who live in your neighborhood working in their stores for them. Cleaning up, bagging up the stuff, You think that's by accident? It's not by accident. They understand the formula. They understand the formula, folks. They educate themselves so they can learn the formula of addition by subtraction. See, before you can make more money, you have to learn to subtract the things that's costing you more money first. In order for you to increase your net worth, you must first increase your self-worth. Your net worth ain't going nowhere if you ain't worth 2 cents in Philippine money. I'm not, hey, I ain't saying, I'm just saying. If your worth is not worth, if not is nothing, how do you expect your net worth to be anything? Most people operate right now with a net worth of $150 to $200 net worth. That's it. And the average American retires with less than a $25,000 net worth for the rest of their lives. I know boxers, professional boxers who have earned millions of dollars right now. And one in particular, I won't put their name out there, that I know. He was a two-time heavyweight champion. And I know him personally. I'm not going to throw his name out there, but he have a net worth of $30,000 right now. How did that happen, folks? He did not understand the formula of addition by subtraction. How you doing, Wanda Moore? Always a pleasure. You understand what I'm saying, folks? That's the formula. I want y'all to put that in the comments. Those of you who are watching, those of you who are on YouTube, watching by Twitch right now, watching by Twitter and Periscope, put that in the comment. Addition by subtraction, because that's the formula. That is the wealth formula in a nutshell. You see a lot of people who want to talk about wealth. Blah, blah, blah. Now, wealth doesn't always mean that you're rich, wealthy, billionaire, and all that. That's 5% of wealth. I'm talking about your health as well, your relationships, your character, your core, all of that. You apply the subtraction by addition by subtraction in everything you do, folks. How are you going to grow without that formula? Think about something. What are some of the things you want to do in life? And think about the people that's around you constantly that could be preventing you from doing these things. Negative people, right? Negative people, cynical people, people who want to knock you down, people want to tell you that you can't do something. People want to tell you, oh, you don't know. It's somebody else I know tried it. It ain't work for them. But that's them. They are quitters. I'm not a quitter. Okay. So those are the type of people that you need to subtract from your life. That is if you don't subtract them from your life, you ain't going to the next level. So how do you add to your life? You got to first subtract negative people, subtract losers, subtract broke ass people. Every time you go somewhere, they always need you to pay for them, pay their way, buy them a drink, buy a shot for them. They never got no money, and they always tell you why they ain't got no money. Oh man, my car note this one. Well, if you eliminate some of the other stuff that's not important to you at this time, you will be able to pay your car note and still live comfortably. Most people, especially us black folks, don't even have just $500 to go and do anything they want to do with it, because they do not understand the formula of addition by subtraction. Most ladies, your relationships go sour because you got negative women in your life, in your ear, telling you how you're supposed to manage your relationship. That relationship goes sour because you don't know the formula of addition by subtraction. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen firsthand. Good men are out there, folks. Ladies, you don't take advice from women who are negative themselves. You got to understand something. It takes two in a relationship. There are two types of relationships. There's nourishing relationships, and then there are toxic relationships. And neither one of them operates without two people. See, a lot of people say, oh, I'm in a negative relationship. Why is this relationship negative? It's negative because, oh, this person is negative, they this and that and the other. Okay, what about you? Oh, I'm fine. Okay, if you're fine, you wouldn't be in a relationship. It's a toxic relationship because the two of you are toxic. They might be toxic for the reasons why you said they're toxic, but I can tell you that you're toxic because you're staying there allowing it. And don't tell me, oh, you because of the kids, or well, right now I did. No, bullshit. You're both toxic, and you take that toxicity from this relationship and you applying it to the next relationship. Why does that happen? It's because you do not operate the formula of addition by subtraction. Just like it takes two people to be in a nourished relationship, that means you both are nourishing. You're in a toxic relationship because you both are toxic. And if it's toxic, use the formula addition by subtraction. I don't know how many times I can tell you that. Addition by subtraction. It works the same way of money. Listen, folks, in college, I took a course called logic. And logic was pretty much operating just like algebra. It's like you're applying algebra to your life. If those of you who've been in college, you might have taken logic before. It works just like algebra. The formula, the whole formula, when you get down to the nitty gritty of it, when you get down to the core of it, it's right there. It's right there. It's just right there. Good to see you, Ray. How you doing? She just asked me to explain the formula. The formula is addition by subtraction. In order for you to get to the next level, in order for you to earn more, you have to first subtract the things that's keeping you to go up to the next level. Otherwise, you're going to get to the next level and keep spending on more. Like, say, for instance, the more money you make, the more you spend. But if you learn how to subtract the things that is not important to you, right? I'm doing great. Thank you, Ray. So if you learn how to subtract the things that are not important to you at that moment, you can increase your revenue. You can increase your profit at least probably about 10, maybe 10%. And then once you learn that formula, once you get in the habit of subtracting the things that is not helping you earn more or get to that next level, then you're ready to move to the next level, which will even be a jump start. Prime example, Ray, was I was saying is, if you have a goal, I'm just throwing a number out there. Let's say you want to let's say you earn 30,000, right? Thank you. Okay, you just go good. You got it. So in a nutshell of this, folks, there are a lot of toxic people out there that's just going to tell you, listen, I read a book called, what was that book called? I think it was called What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. That might be it. Don't quote me on that, but that might be it. And in that book, it says, in your first 18 years on this earth, you've been told that you could not do a thing at least 118,000 times. Let me repeat that. Your first 18 years on earth, that's from birth till 18 years old, you've been told that you could not do a thing at least 118,000 times. Won't you multiply that by your age now, especially if those of you in your 40s, 50s, you're still being told that you can't do something by somebody you love, know, and trust. At least 118,000 times in your first 18 years on this planet, you've been told that you could not do something. And then these people would try to tell you this by saying, I'm your boy. I ain't gonna tell you wrong. Well, you just told me wrong. Encourage me if you love me. You just told me wrong. You don't tell somebody what they can't do just because you can't do it. You a quitter, not me. So, folks, with that being said, those are the type of people you can't have in your life. One of my mentors, Les Brown, you know what he called it? He called it OQP. And that's what you want in your life. OQP. That's right, Bernadette. I'm glad you looked it up. Shad Helmstetter. Read that book twice. Awesome book. So Les Brown said, call it OQP. What is OQP? Only quality people. Only quality people. That's what you want in your life. Y'all should put that in your comments. OQP, only quality people. Because your circle is only but going to be but so big, folks. You can't mix toxic people in your circle with positive thinking people, people who are go-getters, people who are heavy hitters. You can't mix those people in your circle, because what's going to happen is they're all going to walk out of your circle. So when you have people sharing them, showing you their core, they're showing you who they are. But it's up to you to determine, do that person belong in your circle or not? Les Brown said also, he said, always ask, what is this relationship doing to me? Because there are only two types of relationships: nourishing relationships and toxic relationships. So ask, what is this relationship doing to me? If this relationship is not doing you any favors, if this relationship is not helping you grow or get to the next level, then you must apply the success formula: addition by subtraction. Because you can't gain nothing until you learn. Listen, folks, here's a perfect example of that. You're going to upgrade your furniture, okay? You want to upgrade your furniture. How do you upgrade your furniture in your house? What's the first thing you're going to do? The first thing you're going to do is remove the furniture that's in there now. You got to subtract. Once you subtract, then you can add. Think about it. You ain't the truck comes in, the big truck comes to bring in brand new furniture. And here you got old furniture still sitting in here. That stuff gotta go, folks. It gotta go. And once it goes, here's the most important part. Once the old furniture goes, then you gotta clean up the area. Because it don't make sense to put new furniture in an old, dirty spot. So when you subtract, see, this is the thing you got to understand. Once you subtract, you got to clean up you first before you bring in the other people. Once you subtract the negativity out of your life, you got to get all of that negative thinking that they put in your head. You got to clean all of that out of you. All of that got to go. So addition by subtraction. So sweep up the old areas where your old furniture was. Like you got to sweep up the dirty data that people put in your mind who was toxic. And then you can bring in the other people. See, in order for you to get to a higher level, folks, you got to unlearn everything that got you to where you are. Otherwise, you ain't getting to the other level. See, for every new level, there's a new devil. I hope this makes sense to you folks. We got about 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes left, and then I'm wrapping this up. But I really want to thank you guys for chiming in tonight. So take the time to study that formula. It's very simple. But think about things in your life right now that you can apply this formula to. It doesn't always have to be money. It could be people you involve with. It can even be your job. If your job is toxic, and see, this is what you got to understand. Don't make money the prime factor here, because Mr. Miyagi from the Karate Kid, he said, a man who works for passion will become richer than a man who works for money. What does that mean? See, we were born rich. It doesn't mean because you're rich, you got all the money in the world. It also means your health. See, money is only 5% of wealth, folks. Think about other aspects in your life that you want to be great at, whether it's your relationships, your marriage, the place you worship, your family relationships, all of this stuff. Passion. What do you have a passion for? See, the money would take care of itself if you apply passion to what you love, folks. Apply what you love to your passion. The money will take care of itself. You will become a money magnet when you do that. Why? It's because you're going to touch people around the world. You're going to touch people in your community. You're going to touch people in your family, and they're going to want to come to you. They're going to want to be educated by you. They're going to want to be mentored by you. They're going to want to be hearing you speak. Like people are hearing me speak right now. Judah probably just hearing me speak for the first time. She might come back the next time if she likes what I'm saying right now. But that's how it works, ladies and gentlemen. But you got to understand that formula: addition by subtraction. You're not going to make, you see, a lot of people say, oh man, I want to make more money. Why? Because I got all these bills. Well, before you make more money, Once you figure out the kind of bills you're paying that you don't need first, subtract those, and you'll probably become closer to the money you want to make just by subtracting the unnecessary stuff. Hello? So once that happened, then you can see, once you say, I want to earn 35,000 because I'm earning 30, I want to earn 35 now. Okay, subtract the stuff you don't need and see what you're coming up with. Oh, I came up with 32,000. Okay, so you just $3,000 short of your goal. So now you're ready to go and add new revenue to what you want to do. And guess what? You go get a new job and negotiate, I want 40,000. Well, we can give you 38,000. Great. Now you earn 38,000. Tally up the bills that you make after making 38,000, you're going to be around 35,000. So now you've hit your goal. See, you always want to shoot higher. A gentleman by the name of, he was on, his name, Randall Pickett. You know what he said once? Randall Pickett, who was on the Apprentice before it became the Celebrity Apprentice. Randall Pickett said, if you shoot for the stars, I'm sorry, he said, if you shoot for the top of that mountain and fall, at least you'll fall. And I'm sorry, he said, if you shoot above the mountain and fall, you'll land on the top of that mountain. But if you try to face the top of the mountain or try to land on the top of the mountain, you'll fall down all the way to the bottom. So you always want to shoot higher and land on the top of the object. Les Brown said, if you shoot for the moon and if you miss, at least you'll land amongst the stars. So always do it more. It's just like selling a house, just like selling a car. If you want $20,000 for a car, put a $30,000 price tag on it and let them negotiate down to the $20,000 that you're looking for. So with that being said, folks, thank you very much. How can we become Facebook friends? Ray, just inbox me and we can go from there. Shoot me an inbox. I can tell you exactly what we can do. I don't know if you're on my personal page or you're on my business page right now, but I do know you're on Facebook because I see the Facebook logo there. So I'm not sure where you are right now. Okay. So what you do is send me an inbox message and we'll connect from there, and I'll be able to add you as a friend, or you can add me. I'll show you, because I don't know which page you're on, if you're on my business page or my personal page, but you're on one of the two. Okay, so just inbox me and we'll get that tightened up. So with that being said, folks, I want you to do me a last big favor. Oh, share the video if you will. If it did not help you, I'm sure you know somebody this video will help. Okay, so don't be selfish, share it with them. And one bigger favor, I want you to do me this big favor, and that is to sing like no one can hear you, dance like no one can see you, love like you've never been hurt, and live like it's heaven on earth. I'm Jay Hunter Lee. I love you, and the world needs you. So stop that damn texting and driving. Peace and blessings, folks. Have a great day.